All right, so if you're a developer, you're probably pretty used to AI giving you suggestions. You know, that little bit of ghost text that helps you finish a line of code. But what if your AI could do more than just suggest? A lot more. What if you could give it a high-level goal and it would just create a plan and execute it across your entire code base? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. This is the world of AI agents, and they are a massive leap forward in how we build software.
So here's our game plan. We're going to talk about this huge next step for AI and really pin down what an agent is. Then we'll look at two awesome examples, GitHub Copilot's agent and the specialist agents in Playwright. We'll also get a quick dose of reality before we wrap up with what all of this really means for you as a developer.
You know, we're really talking about a fundamental shift in how we interact with AI. This is so much bigger than just a better autocomplete.
For the last few years, our relationship with AI in the editor has kind of been a partnership, right? We're in the driver's seat, typing away line by line, and the AI is like a helpful co-pilot, whispering those ghost text suggestions to help us go a little faster. But the key thing is, we are still making every single decision.
Agents, well, they completely change the game. They don't just suggest the next line of code. You give them a high-level instruction, and they act on it. They can reason, they can plan, and they can execute some seriously complex tasks all on their own.
Okay, so what actually makes an agent different from the chatbots and assistants we're already using? It really comes down to two things: autonomy and the ability to use tools.
Probably the best way to think about it is this. An AI agent is like having a junior developer on your team. You don't tell them exactly which lines of code to write. You give them a task like, hey, add a login form, and they go figure out the steps, find the right files, write the code, and can even run commands to check if it worked.
Now, here's how they think, which is super interesting. They operate in this constant loop. First, they plan, breaking down your request into smaller pieces. Then they use tools. We're talking file editors, the terminal, you name it, to get the job done. After that, they observe the results, looking for errors or signs of success. And this is the crucial part. They iterate. They refine their plan based on what they saw and just keep going until the goal is achieved.
So let's just boil it down to the absolute core difference. A chatbot tells you how to do something. You ask a question, it gives you a code snippet, and then it's on you to go paste it in the right place. An agent, on the other hand, it just does it for you. It takes the task and runs with it.
All right, enough theory. Let's see this stuff in action. Our first real-world example is GitHub Copilot's agent mode, which is a perfect showcase of a general-purpose, do-it-all kind of coding agent.
And this quote just nails the mental shift required here. Developers using these agents are finding that they're spending less time deep in the code and more time thinking about the prompt. Your main job becomes describing what you want to build really, really well.
So just look at this workflow. A developer asks Copilot to build a simple water consumption tracker. The agent kicks off by searching the entire codebase to find the right file to work on. It then makes all the edits to actually implement the feature. But it doesn't stop there. It runs terminal commands to build the app, launch it in a simulator, and then it actually reads the output to make sure the build succeeded. And this is all from one single prompt.
The team at GitHub has this perfect little phrase for it: let agent mode cook. And that's really what it feels like. You give the agent its instructions, and then you just step back and watch it work through the plan, step by step.
Okay, so if Copilot is the generalist, let's look at a specialist. The testing framework Playwright has introduced this trio of agents, and each one is custom designed for a very specific part of the automated testing process.
This is such a brilliant system. First up, you've got the planner agent. It explores your application and creates a super clear, structured test plan in Markdown. Then, the generator agent takes that human-readable plan and translates it into actual working Playwright code. And finally, the healer agent runs those tests, and if anything breaks, it actually tries to fix the test automatically.
And here's what that first step looks like in practice. The planner doesn't just spit out code, it writes a clear set of instructions, just like a human tester would. It outlines the steps, the actions, and what it expects to happen. It's a fantastic way to make sure the AI actually understands the goal before any code gets written. So, following that plan, the generator agent then produces the code to match. It takes that instruction, type buy groceries, and turns it into the precise Playwright command needed to get it done.
But the magic, the real magic, happens when something goes wrong. In this case, a test failed because the locator it was using was too vague and matched two different things on the page. The healer agent diagnosed the problem, figured out a more specific way to find the element, and automatically patched the code to fix the ambiguity. It literally fixed its own broken test. It's amazing.
Okay, this all sounds incredible, right? And it is. But we do need to ground ourselves in a little bit of reality here. This technology is brand new. I mean, we are at the very, very beginning.
This quote comes from a developer who was trying out the new Playwright agents. He ran into a bug where a tool the agent needed just couldn't be found, and the whole thing just fell over. It's a great reminder that while the potential is absolutely massive, the experience isn't always going to be perfect just yet.
And that's not the only hurdle. Right now, to use these agents, you often need insider or preview versions of your tools. The agent's own tools can fail, bugs are pretty much expected, and the setup can get a little tricky. And here's a really important one: security. These agents want to run commands on your machine, so you have to be really careful about giving them explicit permission for every single action.
So, even with those early hurdles, the direction this is all heading is crystal clear. This isn't just about a new tool, it's a whole new way of working.
Let's just circle back to this core idea one last time. An AI assistant is an aide. It's looking over your shoulder, helping you code. An AI agent is a teammate. It takes a task off your plate and gets it done. This completely changes your role. You're less of a hands-on coder and more of an architect or a director. Your value shifts from how fast you can type boilerplate to how well you can design systems and articulate complex requirements to your new AI teammate.
So the final question here isn't just about a new tool, it's about a new identity for developers. As these agents get better and better, the most valuable developers are going to be the best directors, the best architects, and the best teachers for their AI partners. So are you ready to stop writing code and start directing it?